Reading from Galatians chapter 5. Beginning at verse 1, it says, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Mark my words, I, Paul, tell you that if you let yourselves be circumcised, Christ will be of no value to you at all. Again, I declare to every man who lets himself be circumcised that he is obligated to obey the whole law. You who are trying to be justified by law have been alienated from Christ. You have fallen away from grace. But by faith we eagerly await through the Spirit the righteousness for which we hope. For in Christ Jesus neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. The only thing that counts is faith expressing itself through love." Skipping down to verse 13, it says, "You, my brothers, were called to be free. But do not use your freedom to indulge the sinful nature. Rather, serve one another in love. The entire law is summed up in a single command: love your neighbor as yourself. If you keep on biting and devouring each other, watch out or you will be destroyed by each other." God has set us free in Christ, free from the chains of slavery that we used to wear. Slavery to sin, where we were bound by our sin, that we couldn't do anything else, that we were just lost in our sins. When we ask for forgiveness and He frees us, He breaks those chains. He tears them apart so that we are not bound by that sin anymore. We are free then to choose how we want to live. And so God has broken those chains. He breaks the chains even to obeying the law. He breaks those chains and gives us freedom from trying to earn our salvation or to keep our salvation after we have been saved. That we don't have to keep a set of rules in order to find that freedom. We have a freedom in Christ, and He says, but don't use that freedom to indulge the sinful nature. Don't go into all of the things that would bind you again. But don't go back to the law to have it bind you as well. Live in the freedom that God gives. He has given us glorious freedom. There's a song, an old hymn that says, the chorus says, "Glorious freedom." There's some words in this hymn that I'm going to sing that I want to kind of explain because it's not something we would normally say these days. It talks about fetters. Fetters is another word for chains. So it's what binds us. And then the word twain is used, which is in two. So he breaks our fetters in two so that they don't bind us anymore. Jesus is the glorious emancipator. The emancipator is the one who frees us. In American history, Abraham Lincoln declared the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared that all slaves were to be free. And so Jesus is our emancipator. Abraham Lincoln isn't. Jesus is our emancipator. He's the one that declares us free because of what He has done for us. So those are some things that we don't normally say, the words that we don't normally say that are in this song. But it's a great message of just reveling in the fact that God has set us free from all of those things that bind us, whether they are sinful or whether they are the law, where we seem to feel like we have to earn our salvation. God has given us freedom. Freedom to live in the Spirit, to do the things that He wants us to do. And He gives us that power to live in that freedom. So I want to sing that song for you, Glorious Freedom. Once I was bound by sin's galling fetters, chained like a slave. live in that freedom today.